Yes, sir. All right, man. So it's Lavelle Motorworks back with another one. Today's lesson of the day is I'm going to teach y'all how to know if you need exhaust valves or you need intake valves. I'm going to let y'all know if your bike need to be shimmed or whatever the case may be. First of all, I want y'all to look at this word, Kawasaki. Now, I got no problem against them, but thing is, they do have bad valves. Kawasaki's and Suzuki's, they have valve issues. Everybody that really did work on bikes, they'll probably notice a lot of them bikes that's Kawasaki's and Suzuki's come by them, and they got head problems. Anyways, man, today, this bike came the other day. He wanted his cars rebuilt, and the guy had a rebuild kit. I figured I'd go ahead and knock it out for him. All right, first thing I did was, before I even, touched his carbs, I sprayed a little carb spray in his intakes to see if the motor turned over and hit. Okay, it turned over, but it didn't hit. What it did was it backfired through the intake hole. Now, I'm gonna show y'all something. Anytime you have gas pushing back out of your intake, you ain't getting enough compression pulling through the combustion chamber from your intakes. Meaning your intake valves are not closing. So more likely it needs to be shimmed or adjusted. Now in this case, it do not have shims. This bike does not have shims. It's got roller rockers and they self-adjustable, kind of like the Raptor 660 is, or the Yamaha Raptor Warrior 350. Anyways, so what happened with this bike is, car's been rebuilt, and I know they rebuilt right because my wife rebuilt them, so I know they're perfect. Anyways, when this motor turned over, I want y'all to listen to it. Okay, you hear that? It's turning over sluggish, it's nothing. You're supposed to hear boop, 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 boop. You see what I'm saying? So basically, you hear the lack of compression. I did a compression test on the front cylinder. It was at 75 pounds. I did one on the back. It was at 89 pounds. They're never going to always be the same. But that is low for both. Anyways, it does not need a piston. It doesn't. Neither one. What happens in these bikes is, now I've already did this, so I know exactly what's wrong with the bike, but I'm teaching y'all. First thing I did was I went and bought me a can of starter fluid. Now, I didn't buy the starter fluid for it to start. I bought the starter fluid for me to diagnose my issue. So what I did was I sprayed into the intake. If you spray into your intakes and one, it backfires through the intake, or if it backfires through the exhaust. If it backfires through the intake, your intake valves are pushing back. If you get fuel coming back at you, if you see all this stuff getting wet and stuff and it ain't, then that means intake valves. Now, if you look in the exhaust and you see it backfiring like a little blue fire or whatever through the exhaust, then guess what? You need exhaust valves. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adjust these valves and do everything, and I'm going to show y'all. No spray, no nothing. Bike going to fire right up. As y'all can see, it's turning over lazy. Gas is on. I ain't getting nothing. You see what I'm saying? You spray some spray in there. I'm going to show y'all what happened. That starter fluid, it's supposed to hit. I got brand new spark plugs in it. See? Brand new spark plugs in there. Can't really see because I got my light off on my phone, but brand new spark plugs. What? When I turn my motor over, nothing. But do y'all see that? Do y'all see it spraying back at me? Battery down a little bit, but it's spraying back my starter fluid back at me instead of sucking it. You get what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and do a valve adjustment job on this bike. And as soon as I touch that button, he's gonna fire right up with my pinky, the ugly one. So y'all, again, Lavelle Motorworks is back with another one. Remember, get your money right, get your bike right. Y'all have a good day.